Good evening from the Liberia Broadcasting System in Painesville. Welcome to Lntv News Live, 30 minutes of news from Liberia and other parts of the world. My name is DAVIES, and stories we're following on this edition of the program. Information Minister Eugene Nangbe says Liberia is making significant progress in the fight against COVID-19. Monrovia City Court sends rape suspect Johnson Cholote to jail pending court trial. Government of Liberia takes concrete steps to enhance public financial management in budget implementation, and thousands of people take to the streets in Mali calling on President Ibrahim Boubacar Keïta to step down. These stories plus more are all packaged in this edition of the program. Keep watching. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the program. Liberia's COVID-19 cases have climbed to 334 following the confirmation of 13 new cases on Friday. According to the incident management team's latest report, 2 new coronavirus-related deaths have been recorded in the country, bringing the total number of deaths to 30. To date, 128 active cases of coronavirus infection are receiving treatment at the treatment unit. Meanwhile, 176 people have recovered from COVID-19 after one new recovery was reported on Friday. The percentage of people who have recovered from the coronavirus infection in the country now stands at 53%. At the same time, Bond County has recorded its first confirmed case of coronavirus infection. The latest case from Bond County means 11 of the country's 15 counties have been affected by COVID-19. Mosurado County remains the hardest hit with 280 cases, recording 12 of the latest 13 cases. Maigibi follows with 25 cases, while Nimba and Bapolo follow with 7 cases, and Grambassa with 6. The Liberia National Police has forwarded to court rape suspect Johnson Cholote following his recent arrest. Suspect Cholote allegedly raped his 13-year-old stepdaughter, who later became pregnant, a case that generated huge public outcry. The incident reportedly occurred 2 years ago in Lofa County, from where the suspect escaped before he was arrested on Sunday, May 31 in Mosurado County. During police investigation, suspect Cholote admitted having sex with the victim several times, which resulted into pregnancy. Our judicial reporter said the suspect would be remanded at the Monrovia Central Prison pending trial. Well, the government of Liberia says significant progress has been made in the fight against COVID-19. Information Minister Eugene Nangbe said such progress is done through national plan instituted by government in the fight. He was speaking Friday at the Incident Management Systems press briefing at the Health Ministry in Congo Town.
A fragile health system, we're still doing very well. Somebody say, oh, why are you testing dead people? It's because you have to know whether they die from COVID-19 so that you can trace their contacts, their family, and then test them too, and isolate them from the community. We started doing it in Liberia. Now, they started to do it in the US. Didn't they test George Floyd after he died for COVID-19? There's a reason for that. We are leaders in the fight against COVID-19. Other countries are calling Dr. Jala every day. How are you managing? Why is it that your hospital, your main treatment center, has a 99.9% recovery rate? We need to report that. All of the health workers and the public health workers from Elmfield, they've been working very hard along with our partners, the World Health Organization, the US CDC, even with one person infected by the virus in Liberia, we cannot be happy about that. But if you look at the trajectory of our infection rate, you realize that in spite of the vociferous nature of this virus, the fight against it is very strong. So I want to seize this opportunity to say thanks to them and to urge them to continue the good work, and to also urge the general public not to overlook the devastation that this disease can cause.
At the same time, Liberian Health Minister Dr. Wilhelmina Jala has warned Liberians against being complacent in the fight against COVID-19. Minister Jala said while the government is leading efforts to contain the spread of coronavirus, citizens and all residents must abide by all protocols put in place by health authorities.
From our memory, I'm talking on behalf of the people. We believe that from the EVD, Ebola time, we saw a lot of bodies. We saw people going to be buried at Disco Hill. And in 3 days' time, somebody will fall down because of Ebola. So, coronavirus presents differently. It affects our respiratory system. And so, therefore, we are not seeing people falling down. We are not seeing very sick people. So, therefore, many people are still in disbelief. 80% of the people that have coronavirus will present with no symptom. So if we bring the lab team right now to this room, and I'm sure if we run the test, we will find some positive people right here in this room. We want to thank all of our healthcare workers that have been in this fight and in the different facilities for the great job that they are doing. We want to also thank the Liberian people. We can see that you are maybe tired, but we want to thank those who have continuously been washing their hands, those who have been wearing masks, those who have been continuing doing social distancing, but the war is not over yet. I went in a neighborhood yesterday, I saw where they have taken the line down, the bucket is gone, as if to say everything is okay. This war is not over yet.
The government of Liberia, through the Ministry of Finance and Development Planning, has taken some concrete steps to enhance the financial management system in the country. Addressing the MICAD press briefing Friday, Deputy Finance Minister Samura Wolokoli said the steps are contained in the implementation of the new fiscal year 2020-2021.
In addition to the launch of the new fiscal data transparency measure, the ministry has begun implementing a newly designed cash management system that has effectively addressed the issue of unavailability of cash when allotments are made. Under this new system, allotments will now be approved based on availability of cash. Over the course of the last several months, the Revenue and Tax Division at the Ministry of Finance and Development Planning have been working collaboratively with the Liberia Revenue Authority with support from the USAID RG3 project to improve tax policy regime in our country. Key reforms include the new excise tax law, the revised custom code, the consolidation of the revenue code, amongst others. It is our expectation that by the beginning of the fiscal year 2020, FY 2020, we will be fully unified and will have a fully unified and codified revenue code. This code will be inclusive of all of the amendments that have been effected in the code since 2000. there are others ongoing reforms that are intended to make tax policy and administration seamless and less complicated. Our objective at the Ministry of Finance and Development Planning is to ensure that the tax laws are less burdensome and businesses are so that the private sector can thrive and the economy can expand. We have launched.
Well, if you just joined us, a reminder that you're watching Lntv live here on Lntv. We come to you from Painesville, 30 minutes of news from Liberia and other parts of the world. My name is DAVIES, and stories we're following on this edition of the program. Liberia Information Minister Eugene Nambwe says the country is making significant progress in the fight against COVID-19. Monrovia City Court sends rape suspect Johnson Cholote to jail pending court trial. Government of Liberia takes concrete steps to enhance public financial management in budget implementation. And away from home, thousands of people take to the streets in Mali, calling on President Ibrahim Boubacar Keïta to step down. Keep watching. More stories are still ahead. We'll be right back after this very short break. Welcome back to the program. Grow Hope Foundation has donated the amount of $1,500 United States to the National Public Health Institute of Liberia. The amount is to be used toward the fight against the coronavirus in the country. The donation was made recently by the group's project officer, Soni Fomba, in Monrovia.
We know that the entire world have one enemy today, the coronavirus. Is our common enemy now. And on behalf of Grow Hope and the community Metro Boston based in the USA, wishes to present the amount of $1,500 as an initial contribution to this initiative. Dr. Fowler will say thank you very much for this project, and we can rest assured that by God's grace we will do more for this just initial. $1,500 from Global Foundation and Community Metro Boston.
Well, after she received the amount, Deputy Enfield Director General Jim Macaulay lauded the group for the gesture and stressed the importance of mask wearing. Well, it seems that we're having a little bit of problem with that clip. Let's move on to this one. Bond County Representative Marvin Cole has expressed delight over his engagement in agricultural activities. Representative Cole said such involvement will help boost government's agriculture programs. He spoke Thursday when a team from the Ministry of Agriculture visited his farm in Bond County.
We are cultivating 150 acres of land with palm and rice.
And rice?
Yes, so that is what we are doing. You know, during the agriculture break, we need to come back and provide opportunity for our people and give back to the people so that food sufficiency will be our best goal. Even what we have, the COVID-19 war, I think the only thing we can do to protect our country is to provide food for our people and then to give them their livelihood. So you're seeing a group of women here working today. So I think that it's just the beginning. I'm targeting around 250 acres of land to have it cultivated with rice and palm. That is what we want to do. Well, everything from here comes from Lntv. You know that they've given opportunity to other farmers, and we've been talking to them and then buying the seed from them. Since last year, we put the seeds on nursery, and then this year we are attempting to plant around 7,000 to 8,000 seedlings. So that is what we're doing right now. No, but the thing about it, we enjoy the confidence of our people helping us, they are working. So we are managing. The thing is, medium miles begin with a single step. So we are starting, and then we know that we will succeed. More especially.
Well, for his part, Deputy Agriculture Minister George Fopo pledged the ministry's support to individual efforts geared towards promoting food security in the country.
I am particularly grateful to Honorable Marvin Cole for having asked the ministry to come and see what he is doing. This is in two prongs. The first is for himself as a farmer. But second and most importantly, he's setting an example that if an honorable man can make a farm, then it means that anyone else can also follow suit. So we from the Ministry of Agriculture, particularly the Department of Extension to which I am the head, we are grateful. We've seen what he's doing, and we can assure him that at any time, if there is any support whatsoever that he might be in need of, don't hesitate to request through the Minister proper. We have some simple machineries like power tiller, rest tractor, etc. What we do generally is we're working with him through our extension, through our county agriculture coordinators who here with the DAO that provide him with some technical support. But should he be in need of inputs, then it will have to be a kind of request. So yeah, so we are grateful to the government of Liberia for providing this enabling environment that can allow us to make our farms freely, and then we are also happy with the level of cooperation we see amongst.
Well, the coordinator of the Executive Committee on Coronavirus has lauded efforts being applied at eradicating the virus. Madam Mary Broad said the coordination between partners have been rewarding and helpful in containing the spread of COVID-19 in Liberia. She spoke Friday at the Mikat Rekida press briefing.
The work is on. I am in touch with everybody, international group, our pillars, our partners. And the most interesting thing is the way we are coordinating with our partners. I must say a big thank you to the health minister, who is the head of the coordination, her co-chair, Dr. Kete, with everybody else, Dr. Clement of WHO, and everybody else. The coordination part is a challenge, but I tell you what, we are working hard. I'd like to thank the finance minister and his team and everybody else. The non-health pillars and the health pillars, we are 19. And I coordinate all the pillars. Very important pillars are risk, communication, community engagement, community governance. We also have epic surveillance. I must say thank you to Dr. Luke Bower. We are working together. I just can't call all the names. Every day, we are doing the work. And as you see, although the numbers are rising in the confirmed cases, but trust me, we are doing well. Compared to other nations, we are doing well. We are trying to contain this infectious virus, but we must also adhere to the health protocols.
And away from Liberia, thousands of people in Mali have taken part in a protest calling on President Ibrahim Boubacar Keïta to step down due to the escalating jihadist and intercommunal violence in the country. The rally in the capital Bamako was organized by the Front for Safeguarding Democracy, a new alliance made out of main opposition parties and some civil society organizations. It is led by an influential and radical Imam, Mahmoud Dika, who has been calling for talks with the Islamist militants. There were also several anti-government protests last month following disputed parliamentary elections in March, as many as 10,000 people joined Friday's rally, according to AFP News. On that note, that's how we end this edition of that's Lntv News Live. Before we go, a recap of the major stories. Information Minister Eugene Nangbe says Liberia is making significant progress in the fight against COVID-19. Monrovia City Court sends rape suspect Johnson Chuloti to jail pending court trial. Government of Liberia takes concrete steps to enhance public financial management in budget implementation, and thousands of people take to the streets in Mali, calling on President Ibrahim Boubacar Keïta to step down. Join us next week, Monday, for another edition of the program. To that time, my name is DAVIES, wishing you a blessed good evening from Painesville. Bye-bye for now.
Help our health heroes. Allow public health professionals and institutions to lead the fight against COVID-19 together. This message is brought to you by UNDP in partnership with the government of Liberia. Liberia strong. United, we are stronger than COVID-19. Join us to be safe, be smart, be kind. This message is brought to you by UNDP in partnership with the government of Liberia. Use real COVID-19 updates to stay informed and stay healthy. Spread